Our next play is It Takes a Kilt by Glendora Davis, who I understand has some family members in the house. Yay! Very exciting. We've not yet had somebody who was an honorable mention or a winner be at the play, at the show, so it's excellent to have you here. Glendora is a playwright and actress and managing producer for Potluck Productions, and she currently lives in Kansas. Our synopsis is, what happens when a dream lover impersonating a Scottish Highlander dressed in a kilt becomes a reality? Can a clueless husband defend his honor in a duel and win back his wife? Our cast of characters is Chris, played by David McBrayer, Troy, played by Richard Holliker, and Janet, played by Laura Michelle Diener. Our scene takes place in a living room with minimal set. The time is the present, late at night. It's a little after midnight in the living room of Janet and Troy. Janet is asleep on the sofa, bundled up in a big blanket. The coffee table is littered with some beer cans, sturdy snack dishes, and magazines. There is a cardboard box downstage right filled with toys. There is a knock at the door. Still wrapped in the blanket, Janet opens the door. Standing in the doorway is a tall, dark, not-so-stranger dressed in a kilt.
It's after midnight. You're late.
That's your fault.
I know.
I'm here now, although I missed you last night.
I know. It was the unicorn. I was riding this pink unicorn and we stopped at a Starbucks where I order a macchiato with a double shot. The unicorn had...
I see. I guess that was more important.
Oh, don't be that way. Of course, you are more important. I can't wait until you're here. But I don't control this, you know.
Is he asleep?
Yes. We're alone.
I missed you, lass.
The kilt is a nice touch.
I ken you'd like it, lass. You've been reading a lot of those Outlander books lately.
Yes, they are so romantic. I miss that. The romance, you know?
Dinna fash yourself, lass. That's why I'm here. Sit you down and give me your wee toes.
You have a foot fetish?
He picks her up and sits her on the sofa, takes her foot in his hand, and begins to massage.
Not yet.
Oh, so that's it for tonight? Oh. Oh, that feels good. Oh, please, you don't ever have to stop.
I have a plan to take care of your needs. Didn't you fash yourself? Yeah, I'll just start with your feet. But first, let me get this place cleaned up. I see he's left his mess again.
Chris drops her foot and begins to pick up some plates and cans.
Yes, big game tonight.
So you didn't get any attention?
It's not just that. I don't need someone to be all over me. Just sometimes I'd like a little.
I ken what you like, lass. Yeah, sit you down. But I'll read to you for a while. Where are your books of the great love poems? Maybe the Brownings? Didn't you have any? This'll have to do. Bradley and Gaga heat up the Oscars, plus 36 pages of style, parties and more. Ready to be a mom, Meghan and Harry's cozy new home.
That's nice.
A New York baby shower, the romantic baby moon.
I keep hoping you'll want more.
Again, that's up to you.
You keep saying that. It's not true. I didn't have any choice about that unicorn. I didn't choose for you to wear a kilt. What about 2 days ago when you showed up in a Power baseball uniform and it was opening day? I was singing the Star-Spangled Banner badly, and you stood there in front of the whole stadium and took the mic and said if they didn't quit booing, you would refuse to play.
Aye, you're worth it to me. Where does he fit in?
Troy? I'm not sure. Since you came into my life, I'm getting confused. He's watching TV or on the computer playing fantasy football or fantasy baseball, sitting here on the couch with his baseball glove. Don't I have the right to fantasy?
Aye, you do. Tell me what you think about me. Tell me that you think about me during the day.
Yes. Yes, I just sit around mooning all the time. I compare everything he does to you. How would Chris have done it? Would Chris have held my hand when we crossed the street? Would Chris have brought me back a rose when he paid for the gas at Quick Trip?
That was a nice touch. How about when we had a picnic with takeout Chinese in front of the fire last week? Naked.
I know. Troy is so stodgy, so predictable. I'm not sure I want to be with him anymore. There's this joke he tells every time we go out with a new couple. I must have heard it 100 times by now. A guy complains of a headache. Another guy says, do what I do. I put my head on my wife's bosom, and the headache goes away. The next day, the man says, how's your headache? Great. By the way, you sure have a nice house.
That doesn't seem so...
And when we make love, he makes this clicking sound like when you want a horse to go. Over and over again. It used to be kind of a turn-on, but now it is so irritating.
Just tell him that...
He's boring. The TV and the computer. The way he rolls down his socks and cracks his knuckles. He puts ketchup on cottage cheese.
Are you going to leave him? I might have some flaws myself. I can be emotionally needy.
Oh, speaking of emotionally needy, look at that box. He is such a child.
Janet gets up and goes to a big box sitting downstage right.
Here's an example. His mother is moving and she's getting rid of his old childhood toys and stuff. He brought that box in and sets it down here in the middle of the living room. I decided I would see how long it sat there before he did something with it.
Chris goes to the box, takes out some toys, and starts to play.
3 weeks. Do you hear me? 3 weeks his baby toys have sat there.
I didn't want to break the two of you up. What we have is fun.
Fun?
Oh, aye, you're right. I want you.
Chris begins to embrace her.
It's high time you decide. Enough with the romance. It's time to heed the call of the booty.
Wait, I'm not sure I'm ready.
You cannot keep on teasing me. We cannot keep playing this game. If you don't want me, I'm out of here.
I want things to change.
Chris grabs her and pushes her toward the sofa in a very aggressive manner and begins to remove her robe.
No, don't.
Janet starts to push him away.
Don't. You've always been so gentle.
Now's your chance for a real man.
Stop it. No, get off me.
Troy appears in the bedroom doorway. He is awakened from a sound sleep by Janet's screaming.
Jan, are you okay? You're yelling. Who is that? Who are you?
Stand down, man. Janet has a new man in her life. She didn't want you no more, so bugger off.
Come on, Janet. Do you know this guy? He's wearing a kilt. Is he a Scottish burglar?
I'm stealing the heart of this wee lass.
You're not stealing anything. Get out. I'm calling the cops. Janet, are you okay?
She's more than okay, buddy. Just back off.
Chris pulls a sword.
Janet, go pack some things. We're leaving.
I don't know.
You can't keep doing this. This insensitive prick is it for you.
Insensitive prick? At least I'm not dressed like a little plaid girl. By the way, are you wearing underwear?
You're feeling the blade of a Scotsman.
Chris begins to brandish his sword.
Hey, stop, man! I don't mind. Ow!
Chris, stop it. Put down that sword.
I'm fighting for you, lass. Just like in the days of old. You need a real man with a real sword.
Help me out here. He's got a sword. Get me a weapon.
What? We don't have any swords.
Look at the closet. Something, anything.
Janet throws Trevor a baseball glove.
What am I gonna do with this?
I don't know. Put it on your hand. Maybe it'll keep him from slicing it off.
Find something else.
Here's that box of stuff your mother dropped off. Maybe there's something in here.
That stuff from when I was a kid. I never had a sword.
Here's your Star Wars wand.
My lightsaber. That's probably valuable. I was going to take it to Antique Roadshow.
All this time, Chris is pursuing Troy in a mock fight.
PBS or your life?
life.
May the force be with you.
Janet throws him the saber.
Your toy is no match for my sword. Ask your wife.
What's he talking about?
Nothing.
Starts for the door.
I think I need a caramel macchiato.
Chris grabs her.
You started this. You're damn well gonna stay here and watch me finish it.
Let her go!
Troy pulls Janet from his grasp and she lands on the sofa. They're knocking things down and messing up the room as they continue to duel.
Choose Janet. A real man who isn't afraid to wear a skirt for you, or the giddy up guy.
You told him about giddy up horse?
It's not what you think. You're making a mess of everything.
You handle yourself pretty well in a duel.
I'm athletic, pee-wee football, and I played baseball in high school.
Yeah, you've kept your edge.
I work out occasionally. I play some golf.
Golf. That's a Scottish sport, you can.
Chris drops his sword, takes a stance, and uses it to drive an imaginary golf ball. Troy stands back and watches like he's next to a tee-off.
Hey, guys, this is my dream. You're supposed to be defending my honor, not playing golf.
What's your handicap?
6.
I have a standing time at St. Andrews. Let's say we shoot around.
Chris throws an arm over Troy's shoulder and they exit out the front door.
Oh, stop! Oh, don't go! This isn't fair!
Janet, honey, what's wrong? Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I can't sleep.
Nightmares?
Well, kinda.
Come
Somewhat.
On. Come on. Let's go back to bed.
We need to talk.
Now? It's the middle of the night.
Yes, now. Before some playoff starts.
Come on, don't be that way.
You never have time. The World Series, fantasy football, basketball brackets, the Masters, fantasy, soccer, and golf. I don't mind that you love sports, but I want some time for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's it, okay?
You should have said something.
Well, I thought you should know without my saying.
And I thought everything was great.
Well, it's not. I want our relationship to work, but I need it to start with you. You need to start picking up after yourself and help me more and put some effort into this relationship.
Like what?
Like romance. Like a foot massage. I've been having dreams about a man giving me a foot massage. And maybe you could use an accent. Think of this as fantasy wife.
Wow. I didn't know we were in trouble. What kind of accent?
Forget it. It's not about an accent. I just want you to take the time to see what an us can be.
I can do that. I can. Now let's get to bed. Ouch!
Troy steps on toys as he is leaving.
Sorry, I left my box here. The stuff is all over.
Troy goes over and sits on the floor, starts to pick up toys.
Let me pick this up. You go back to bed.
He begins to build a stack of Legos and has a dinosaur knock them down. And he picks up a superhero, a Spider-Man.
Just throw that stuff away in the morning.
Spidey? Are you kidding? You have a box of Barbies in the closet.
They are in a box out of the way. I didn't leave them with my parents. I take care of them. That's what you do when you value something. Here, I'll help you. What do you want to save?
Hey, little girl, I hear there's a Barbie in the bedroom. Does she have a boy Barbie?
You mean Ken?
Are she and Ken hooked up?
Well, not exactly. Ken's not really equipped to do any hooking up.
Just a pretty boy, eh? So Barbie is alone. Would she like to meet a superhero?
Maybe?
I am very powerful. I have superpowers.
I think I'd like a Barbie would like to see those superpowers.
Oh, you shall, my pretty.
Troy pulls her up and starts for the bedroom.
This could be better than fantasy football.
Janet kisses him.
How do you feel about wearing a kilt?
Thank you, David and Laura, Michelle, and Rick. That was It Takes a Kilt.
Don't forget to vote.